All right, so today we're going to be doing a deep dive into the three laws of attraction. You sent over some really fascinating material on this, and honestly, I'm excited to unpack it all with you. It's one of those concepts that kind of sounds a bit, woo woo at first glance, but I'm feeling there's some real practical wisdom hidden within these laws.
Yeah, definitely. The three laws offer a really unique perspective on how we interact with the world and how we might be shaping our own reality. Considering, your focus on personal growth and hitting those goals that you set for yourself, I think understanding these laws could be really eye-opening for you.
Okay, so let's start with the law of vibration. This one immediately grabbed my attention because it talks about everything being energy constantly vibrating at different frequencies. I was reading through your notes and it reminded me of that idea that you had mentioned about struggling with negative self-talk. Could that be connected to this law in some way?
It absolutely could. The law of vibration suggests that all of our thoughts and emotions have their own vibrational frequencies. So if you're constantly battling those negative thoughts, you're essentially lowering your overall vibrational frequency. And according to this law, you might be attracting more of those negative experiences into your life.
Wow, that's a pretty powerful concept. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, it's not just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about cultivating a more positive vibrational state overall.
Exactly. It's about shifting your internal energy. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you want to listen to a specific station, you have to adjust the dial to the right frequency, right?
Right.
The same goes for attracting what you want in life. You need to align your energy with the frequency of what you desire.
Okay, that makes sense. So, how does this tie into the second law, the law of attraction? Is it as simple as, think positive thoughts get positive results?
Well, it's a bit more nuanced than that. The law of attraction is often summarized as like attracts like, but it goes deeper than just wishful thinking. It's about recognizing that we attract what we are, not just what we want. Our dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are constantly emitting a vibrational signal, attracting similar energies back to us.
So, if someone is constantly worrying about money and feeling insecure about their finances, they're more likely to attract more financial struggles.
Precisely. It's not about blaming anyone for their circumstances, but about understanding the energetic principles at play. The law of attraction suggests that we have more power than we realize to shape our reality by shifting our internal state.
That's pretty profound, but I can already hear some folks saying, well, I've tried thinking positive and it hasn't changed my situation. What would you say to those who are skeptical about the law of attraction?
It's a valid point. It's important to remember that the law of attraction isn't a magic wand. It's more like a universal principle that operates in conjunction with our actions and choices. It's not about passively wishing for things to change. It's about actively aligning your energy, thoughts, and actions with what you desire.
So it's about taking inspired action, right? I remember one of your sources mentioned that wanting to start a business was a big goal for you. How would you apply this law of attraction to that goal?
That's a great example. Instead of just dreaming about having a successful business, I would focus on cultivating the feelings and beliefs of a successful entrepreneur. I'd visualize myself confidently running my business, making smart decisions, and attracting abundance. Then I'd take concrete steps towards that vision.
I'm starting to see how this all ties together. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about creating an internal environment that supports your goals and then taking aligned action.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the third law, the law of correspondence. This one emphasizes the idea that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. It's like that saying, as above, so below.
So if you believe you're worthy of success, you'll act in ways that lead to success. And if you're constantly doubting yourself, that will manifest in your external reality as well.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us shapes our experiences. So in your case, if you want to start a business, but you have deeply ingrained beliefs about not being good enough or deserving of success, those beliefs might be holding you back.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just about visualizing a successful business. It's about addressing those internal blocks that might be sabotaging your efforts.
Exactly. It's about creating congruence between your inner and outer worlds. If you want to attract abundance, you need to cultivate a feeling of abundance internally. If you want to attract loving relationships, you need to start with loving yourself. It all starts with that internal shift.
So we've got these three laws, vibration, attraction, and correspondence. And I'm starting to see how they all weave together. It's not just about, you know, positive vibes. It's about aligning your energy with what you want and making sure your actions and beliefs match up. That feels more like a lifestyle shift than a quick fix, which is what some of those law of attraction books seem to promise.
Yeah, it's definitely a practice, not a one-time thing.
Hmm.
Your source material actually had a really insightful section about the interconnectedness of these laws. Um, it's not about picking and choosing which one to focus on. They all work in harmony.
I'm curious about that. What did they say about how the laws work together?
They use this interesting analogy of a garden. The law of vibration is like preparing the soil. You need fertile ground for your desires to take root. The law of attraction is planting the seeds, getting clear on what you want to cultivate. And the law of correspondence is nurturing those seeds with consistent care and attention, making sure your actions align with your intentions.
I love that analogy. It's not just about planting the seed and hoping for the best. It's about creating the right conditions for it to flourish. But what about those times when we feel stuck? You know, like we're doing all the right things, but still not seeing the results we want.
Yeah, that's a common experience, and it can be frustrating. I think it's important to remember that the law of attraction isn't about, controlling the universe or forcing things to happen. It's more about aligning yourself with the natural flow of energy and trusting that the universe is working in your favor, even if you don't see the immediate results.
So it's about surrendering to the process, but also being an active participant in creating your reality. That sounds like a delicate balance.
It is, and it takes practice. One practical tip from the source material that resonated with me was to simply become more aware of your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. Notice when you're slipping into negative patterns or focusing on lack. Then consciously choose to shift your focus to something more positive or empowering.
So it's like building a mental muscle. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to catch those negative thought spirals and redirect your energy.
Precisely. And another powerful tool that your source material emphasized was gratitude. Practicing gratitude, whether it's keeping a gratitude journal or simply taking a moment to appreciate the good things in your life, can be a game changer. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, which aligns beautifully with the law of attraction.
Gratitude is such a simple practice, but I can see how it could have a ripple effect on your overall energy and perspective.
It really does. And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Even just acknowledging 3 things you're grateful for each day can make a difference. It helps to raise your vibration and put you in a more receptive state to attract more good things into your life.
Okay, so we've talked about raising your vibration, aligning your energy with what you want, and ensuring your actions and beliefs are in harmony. It seems like manifestation plays a big role in all of this. One of your sources mentioned that aligning your actions with your desires was a key part of manifestation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, manifestation is often discussed in the context of the law of attraction. And it's about taking concrete steps towards your goals while maintaining a positive and aligned mindset. It's not just about visualizing your dream life. It's about taking inspired action to bring it into reality.
So it's not just daydreaming, it's about taking action that's aligned with your desires. Like if you want to write a book, it's not enough to just think about it. You actually have to sit down and write.
Exactly. Manifestation is about bridging the gap between your inner world and your outer world. It's about taking steps that reflect your true desires and beliefs.
And I imagine that taking those steps, even if they're small ones, can build momentum and create a sense of possibility.
Absolutely. Each step you take, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in yourself and your ability to create the life you want.
It sounds like the key takeaway here is that we have more agency than we might realize. It's not about controlling the universe, it's about aligning ourselves with its principles and becoming conscious creators of our own reality.
I couldn't have said it better myself. The 3 laws of attraction are essentially a framework for understanding how our thoughts, beliefs, and actions shape our experiences. It's about recognizing that we have the power to create positive change in our lives.
You know, it's funny. I came into this thinking the law of attraction was all about like manifesting material things, but this conversation has really shifted my perspective. It's so much deeper than that.
I agree. It's about aligning with your true self and creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Material abundance can be a part of that, but it's not the end goal.
Exactly. It's about cultivating a sense of inner peace and abundance that radiates outwards. And I love the emphasis on taking action. It's not about sitting back and waiting for things to magically fall into place. It's about taking inspired action that's aligned with your desires.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to remember that the journey of self-discovery and growth is ongoing. There will be times when you feel aligned and things flow effortlessly, and there will be times when you face challenges and setbacks. The key is to stay committed to the practice, to keep learning, and to keep growing.
One thing that really struck me from your source material was this idea of starting small. It can feel overwhelming to try and overhaul your entire life, but even small shifts in your thoughts, beliefs, and actions can create a ripple effect.
Yeah, it's such a powerful reminder. Even something as simple as incorporating a daily gratitude practice or consciously choosing to focus on the positive can make a big difference over time.
So, if you could give our listener one piece of advice for applying these three laws to their life, what would it be?
Hmm. I'd say be patient with yourself. It takes time to shift deeply ingrained patterns and beliefs. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. Remember that you're on a journey, and every step you take, even the missteps, is part of the process.
That's such a great point. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And it's about celebrating the small wins along the way.
Exactly. Acknowledging your progress, no matter how small, helps to reinforce the positive cycle and keep you motivated.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface, but you've given me so much to think about and apply to my own life.
The pleasure was all mine. And remember, you have everything you need within you to create the life you desire. Trust the process, stay curious, and have fun with it.
To our listener, thank you for joining us on this exploration of the three laws of attraction. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and feel inspired to start applying these principles to your own life. Remember, you are a powerful creator, and the universe is always conspiring to support your highest good.
Until next time, keep shining your light and keep creating the life of your dreams.